Hello DGens, my name is Seb, welcome back to the channel. Now in this video I'm going to cover why you should get it, as well as how to get it properly. And just remember, everything is timestamped below, so if you need to, use those. And if you're a faster learner, just watch this video at 1.5x or 2x, just so you can get all the data, and then move on to the next video in the series. Okay, so here we are at twitter.com/ledger. Now this is the official Ledger account. You can see down here it has 500,000 followers. Now if you don't have a Twitter account, it's well worth getting one. It's a very good place to get the links for whatever you may need. So in this particular situation, you can see that this is Ledger, it's official. You can also see the official Ledger support Twitter, and you can also see on the right hand side the link that takes you directly to the Ledger web store. Now before we go any further, it's super important that you only use legitimate links. There will be so many scam links out there, and quite often they're sponsored as ads, even with Google. So just be very mindful. They may change a slight spelling or maybe use a different suffix at the end, and all of a sudden they can trick you into getting something or giving up your secret recovery phrase. Now if you need Ledger support, use my tutorials and then just go and use Ledger support at Twitter, making sure it's Ledger_support. And if you need more help, go to Ledger itself. So this is a link which popped up from Twitter. It's shop.ledger.com, etc. Now just come over to the left hand side, click on Ledger, and let's just go to the home screen. This is the official Ledger website. Now I've got a couple of ledgers for different purposes, and I've got two new ones here as well. This is a Ledger Nano X, and this is a Ledger Nano S. This one's more expensive because it has USB and Bluetooth, and this one only has USB. It would be my preference for you to get this one if you could afford it, because that Bluetooth means it has functionality in the future with mobile phones. Okay, so back to ledger.com. Let's go ahead and order one. Unfortunately, they've got this animation at the moment, which means that the products menu is sometimes hidden. But up the top here, let's go over products. You can see there's a couple of options, so let's just click on compare our devices. Now I'll quickly mention before we go any further, there's more than one hardware wallet. There's also the Trezor. However, that wallet doesn't support Solana, so at the moment we cannot use it on the blockchain. Also, Ledger is the most popular, so it's definitely worth getting something that has the most amount of market share, because they've got the most amount of money to put into research in order to help protect your funds. Now here I can compare the Ledger hardware wallets. You can see the Ledger Nano S Plus, which is slightly upgraded over my version, and the Ledger Nano X. It's about double the cost. This will normally show in your local currency as well. Scrolling on down a little bit further, we can see that basically everything is pretty much the same. The screen size is the same, they're both USB-C. The only difference is the Ledger Nano X has a battery, and of course it has Bluetooth. And so it's really entirely up to you which one you want to get. Now if you Google where to buy one from, you'll see there are other shops that sell them, such as Best Buy, Amazon, etc. Most of the time, buying from a different place, such as Amazon, is going to be fine. Especially if you're on the website and it says something like visit the Ledger store, and if it's the official Ledger store. However, I prefer to leave no doubt and to get it directly from ledger.com, because every now and then people have tampered with these and then sold them on to people and then been able to access their funds. And it's just not worth the risk. So I've come back to shop.ledger.com and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the Ledger Nano X. Okay, so I'm going to click add to cart, scroll up to the top, and then click on my cart. It says my cart is empty, so I think there's a bad link. So let's go over and click on products, select which one we're after, and there's more information if you want information specifically on the Ledger. But now at the top, I can click on add to cart, and then on my right hand side, I have my Ledger Nano X. So let's click on checkout. Now this next part is pretty damn important because unfortunately, in the past, Ledger's database with all of their customers was hacked. Now I know that's not very reassuring for a security company, however basically everything to do with the Ledger itself is safe, but the hackers managed to get into a database on a server that has an entire list of everyone that had ever bought any Ledger through this website. So our next part is to up our security. Now this is optional, but it is recommended. So as an example, if my email address was sebastian@gmail.com, I would use a separate email address. It might be something simple, like this one. Email, spam, and such @gmail.com. The next step is easy, an individual or a business. Then you have to put in your name. Here it's important you do use your actual name. Company if applicable, So for your address, ideally use a PO box or maybe a friend's place or maybe a place of work, but don't physically use your address. So if you live at say 100 Kent Road, don't put that. You want to go for say your PO box. PO Box 156, select the country, then the city, I think you understand this part, state, postcode, etc. Now the next thing you need is a telephone number. Now in some countries it's very easy to get a second telephone number. Now in Australia you can get a SIM card for like $2. So go ahead and get a second SIM card. You can recharge the SIM card with a small amount of money and then use it for multiple things, but in particular it should be this. So that step is done, and then click continue. Select your shipping. As you can see it's pretty expensive, but I'm going to go with the Express. It's worth it, it's $35. And then if you have a discount code, put it in here. At the moment I'm not aware of any of them, however if I manage to find some I'll put it in the notes below. And then you can go ahead and put in your credit card, but I would suggest you go for PayPal. Then just go and check out as per normal. At the very end you'll click complete order, and then that will be all done. And hopefully within a few days you'll have one of these. Now I know it seems like a bit of a hassle to go and add those extra security features, but it's a smart decision, because as you'll learn throughout this tutorial series, you can always improve your security, regardless of how good it is. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, some of us may be degens and we may ape into the next NFT drop or something like that, but do not be a degen with your crypto holdings. There's no excuses. I don't want to scare you with the number of people that I know that have been hacked, but let's just say it's enough that I've been wanting to do this tutorial series for some time and I'm putting in a huge amount of effort to try and teach you. So be bright, don't be tight with your money, and get one of these ledgers. In the next tutorial series, we're going to open this up and I'll show you what's in it. It won't be a lame unboxing video though, it's all about security. Thanks so much for watching, we'll see you in the next tutorial. Cheers!